Namaskar, Salam Alaikum, Vanakkam, Sat Sri Akal.
You are listening to the Sunday Breath that inspires creatives to pursue their passion and not be discouraged in these tough times. Today, we with us have a very special guest. He is the Vice President Sales at Roka Bathroom Products Private Limited. He is a passionate leader perfecting the art of sales negotiation and has over 27 years of experience in sales and marketing.
He is equally adept at handling channel sales, institutional sales, and key accounts management, and has gained professional maturity while performing for globally diversified groups and high market share organizations. A leader who has served the major Spanish and Indian business conglomerates as head sales, business development, and marketing with expertise in developing the team. We have with us Mr. Praveen Khurana. So, we welcome you, sir. And how are you feeling today?
Great. And first of all, thanks both of you for inviting me on the show. Compliments from my end that you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much, sir. So, the first question that I'm going to ask you is that, sir, you have effortlessly transitioned from being the territory manager to being the vice president sales and marketing at Roka Bathroom Products Private Limited. So, how do you prepare yourself for the new job, and how has your journey been in corporate?
Yes, indeed. The journey from the frontliner, the executive level, to the vice president of sales, actually has been a very satisfying one. It has taken almost more than I can say two decades of hard work, extensive travel across the nook and corner of the country. By the way, can you guess how many hotels I would have taken food by now? Any wild guess?
3,000, I guess.
No, it's way beyond 15,000 places. Imagine 25 years of experience, 12 months of traveling, and then 15 days a month, 3 meals, each one at almost a different location. 15,000 locations. One would have taken food at different places, lunch, dinner, breakfast, all put the right. What I'm saying is a lot of hard work has gone into this, but the journey has been very, very satisfying, because every year, every month, you get to learn hell lot of new skills in this. Coming to the question, preparing, how do you prepare for the new job? My submission here is whether you join at any level of the company, of any organization, the first 90 days of the job are very, very crucial and important, because some people come with a thought process, whatever my predecessor has done is not right, I will change everything from day one. All those concepts are gone. The new concept is first 90 days you do double up of the listening, listen more and speak less, observe more, speak less, and then slowly you sink into the culture, you understand the culture, people start accepting you as a colleague or a leader. And then is where slowly, when you take the team into confidence, you start actually making the desired changes, and that too step by step. You can't make a wholesale changes in 1 month and then disrupt the entire ecosystem. So that's the way I always believe in preparing for the job.
That really sounds exciting, as you shared with us that you've traveled a lot, many hotels, and we would also love to make our career so successful and follow your path. Our next question would be, being in sales for so long, what's the biggest challenge you have faced in it, and how did you overcome it? And these days, not a lot of people are willing to get into sales. Instead, they prefer marketing. What's your opinion on that?
Sales job is a very, very challenging job indeed. Every day there are new set of challenges what you face. Some are on anticipated lines, some are not even anticipated, right? One has to prepare sometime on course in terms of the correction required. See, the unique thing about the sales job is one cannot sit on the old laurels for long. The month is gone, the old laurels are gone. New month, you have a new expectation, new challenges, new set of targets, and obviously you must be guessing it right. The new challenges or the new targets are always higher than the previous month, right? But I always believe the proactive planning actually prepares you for the success, and it helps you in meeting all sorts of challenges. The challenges in sales, I would say, we would have faced a number of challenges. The special ones, I would say, these lockdown times or the COVID times, the challenges have been a bit more complex because of the higher uncertainty quotient. Like, for example, you have to set right the target for a large workforce like us, around 300 plus sales team members, and keep motivating them. Now you realize you don't know which market will undergo a partial lockdown, which market will go a full lockdown. At the same time, as a leader, you need to set the targets right. And once you set the target rights, you must enable the sales team with the tools so that they are able to achieve those, right? So these are the different kind of challenges. Coming to the later part of your question, which you said many people are opting out for marketing and not sales, I'd say, I would say it's a 50-50. It's not that, but we all know, see, marketing is always perceived to be a more glamorous job because you interact with a lot of agencies. They give you a lot of gyan in terms of what's happening in other companies. You get to learn unknowingly and knowingly many other facts, whether other brands or other, let's say, the industries are adopting the best of the practices from other industries. You get to learn through agencies, and you develop yourself in the process. Sales, on other hand, is a relatively tougher, hardcore job, full of challenges. As I mentioned to you, risk and rewards both are there. See, every job has its own risks and reward. Here, I would like to submit that someone who has a flair or an aptitude for meeting new people, doesn't mind extensive travel and time away from the family, mind you, he will always enjoy the sales stint. And a sales stint or sales career for these kind of people in long run for sure is going to be quite rewarding too. So marketing has its own pluses and minuses. Sales has its own pluses and minuses. The youngsters generally prefer for marketing nowadays because they get the glamorous side of the business to be seen there. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We can totally relate to it, sir, for now, as we are seeing all the people around in our own college and everywhere. The next question is, sir, that as we all can see that COVID has affected each and every industry. So how, in your opinion, has COVID affected the ceramic industry and the mindset of the people who are associated with it? And also that, what was that one thing that kept you going in these tough times?
See, COVID or the lockdown, resulting lockdown out of the COVID
Yes, sir.
being spread so fast, it has impacted all across the country, all across the globe. I would say, very few countries who are safer nowadays. So like the all other industries and domain, our ceramic industry obviously also is impacted by COVID and the resultant lockdown. There is a uncertainty for sure across the all the parts of the macroeconomic level, you can say. The new capex spends are very, very carefully thought after. The spends are not happening. No, the only the urgent capacity expansions are happening across India, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Now, coming back to our company, which is RBPPL or Roka Perrier, as we fondly call it. Roka Perrier, we being a family-owned company, see, we don't have this quarterly stakeholder pressure of quarter versus quarter growth, month versus month worth, numbers, etc. For us, I would say the topmost priority has been the people safety first, because 3,000 odd people working in 8 factories in India, and as a company, as a team, we always look at every adversity as a learning opportunity, right? To cite one example, the digital leap what the company has taken in this period has put us way ahead of the competition, right? On a digital journey, we have taken many leaps in this period. And apart from this, being part of a global number one major, a big MNC, a group worth 20,000 crore turnover, it always gives you a lot of backing and confidence, for to keep moving despite many odds, one or two low performance months, because you have a backing of a solid Roka group behind you. And the love for brand Perrier among customers and trade partners. See, we have been in this business in India for 68 years. So the loyal partners, the love from them is one point which actually keeps us motivating and moving ahead despite all sorts of challenges. The good part of our strategy has been we have never curtailed our production despite all odds, despite the constraints in the factory operations, all because of COVID. There are many constraints in the process. So what has happened is, since we did not curtail the production process, despite the sales were low in few impacted months, this has actually helped us in the current scenario where we have better inventory, a much better customer service level in terms of the order fulfillment part. So the satisfaction level of the trade partners and indirectly the end consumers has improved a lot. Just to add one point, in these troubled times of say let's say 14, 15 months, actually the brand Pariware has moved up, and in fact we have gained market share by 2 basis point, and this indirectly actually helped us in further strengthening the number one position in the sanitary ware market, which we have been dominating for last 68 years.
Well said, sir. Roka Pariware is indeed a great name in the ceramic industry. So our next question would be, you have been taking workshops on sales negotiation skills in IIMs. Would you like to share with us your experience or something special about that?
Yes. See, the sharing knowledge with the IIM grads, actually it has been a very, very enriching experience for me, because sharing and learning together is always good, and please understand this subject of sales negotiation skill actually is a deep sea, right? I wish I could do many more such sessions, but for the paucity of time, the best part of these kind of workshops, a full day workshop or let's say 4 hours workshop, is like handling sandalwood. Whosoever touches it sure gets the benefit of this. And for me, I personally get an opportunity to enrich my learning further on the subject as we get to face many, I would say, super intelligent questions. For example, at IIM Ranchi, the questions flooded by the IIM final year MBA students were really great. I had to, in fact, next session I had to prepare in advance for those kind of questions. So it's been a truly enriching experience, and I would love to extend to many other the colleges and universities in case I get time. The time is the biggest element here.
We would love to see you teaching
sir.
us the same subject in our institute.
My pleasure.
Sir, moving on to the next question. So it's basically a very short game where I'll be asking you small questions and you can answer it in a short sentence.
Fair enough.
So the first question is, tell us the first thing you do when you get up.
Obviously, put off the alarm here. Come on. Anyway, jokes apart, I look at the sales report. Being a sales head, first thing you would love to know is what is SAP throwing in terms of the numbers, what has been the progress previous day. Generally the numbers, and obviously with a smile, because numbers are mostly good. No.
Yes, sir. Save time or money?
Time for sure, because everybody knows, no. See, if you have time, one can earn money, but any amount of money obviously cannot get back the lost time. So for me, time for sure.
Research data versus gut feeling?
Yeah, that's a debatable point. I would say a judicious balance between the both, and in case data fails to throw some inferences out of it, go by the gut feel, because sales decisions mostly are taken on the gut feel and the past experience. Yes.
Okay.
One thing that you switch off to relax?
Wish I could do that. Obviously the mobile phone, but doesn't happen. I've tried number of times. It doesn't happen even for 1 hour also.
Yes, sir. And if you could time travel, what incident would you correct?
Oh, you'll have to travel along almost 3 decades back. See, I had a choice to make between the 2 engineering streams, civil engineering and computers. And I did the civil. I wish I could have gone other side. And some regrets, but the flip side of our positive side is I would not have been to sales had I been in the computers.
True, sir. So our last question for the day would be, you have been awarded the Chairman's Award for Strategic and Operational Excellence on the sales front, which is like a dream for anybody working in the corporate. What would be your suggestions to the young people who are aspiring to be industry leaders just like you?
See, Chairman's Award or any top award of the organization for any level, be it executive or any senior level, is always very rewarding and encouraging, right? And it motivates other colleagues also to follow your path, right? My suggestion or the advice for youngsters here will be simply love your job. Love what you do. See, if you look at the journey I have traveled, the passionate working has been the hallmark of my tenure everywhere. And one need to keep searching for improvement areas and rekindle your own passion time to time. Mine, I would say, has been a relatively steady but slow journey. Youngsters don't have so much of patience nowadays. Probably the distance I have covered in 2 decades, youngsters like you would be willing to cover in 10 days, and possibly so, because macro environment is giving so many opportunities nowadays. My only suggestion here would be, agility is appreciated, no doubt about this thing, but one must make sure that before you put your second foot touches some platform, make sure the first one is not moved. So what I'm trying to say is a judicious balance between speed, style, and substance is very much needed for a long-term consistent success. You might have a short-term success by compromising one of them, but if you really want a long-term consistent success, let me repeat, judicious balance between the speed. Obviously, speed is, everybody loves speed nowadays. So judicious balance between speed, style, and the substance is very much needed, I would say.
Very well said,
Great,
sir.
sir. And that would be the end of questions for today, sir. Thanks a lot to you for agreeing on doing this.
Thanks. It's my pleasure. And in fact, every attempt is a learning experience for all of us. So once again, congratulations for the great job you have been doing. Continue doing so. And thank you for inviting me. It's been my pleasure at all.
एंड गाइज आपको ये वीडियो कैसी लगी, इसका जो बेस्ट पार्ट है प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में हमें बताइए, और जो चीज़ ख़राब लगी वो भी हमें बताइए सो दैट वी कैन इम्प्रूव ऑन इट. एंड इफ़ यू लाइक द वीडियो सो प्रेस ऑन द लाइक बटन, subscribe to our channel if you are not a subscriber yet, or share this with your friends and family, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.